Hello everybody, it's Highway Johnny with Highways Trailing Adventures. I want to do a video about something that concerns me, and I think if people in the Rapid City area saw this, I don't know, maybe possibly it should concern them too. But first I want to show where I was going to do this event thing. Um, this is my yard here, up to those yucca plants, actually the telephone pole that way. So here's the truck, the Nissanosaurus. It was going to park back over there. I was going to have a Jumpatron right here. And then there's going to be a face painter right here. And then there'd be tables over in here. And some tables, along the sidewalk here maybe. Out here in the street, I was going to have the streets closed off, and I was going to sell hot dogs and put up a couple tables for people to sit there and eat the hot dogs. Where the exterior is and the tables are, I was going to have a band there. And then, to separate the band so people didn't bump into them and whatnot, I'd put a couple tables across here. And my wife would sit out here and collect the money. All of this area would be tables, all this stuff could have made money for the Fix a Life Foundation. I understood that I would have to shut off the streets, which is perfectly fine. I had no problem with that. We would have shut off this street right here by the edge of my neighbor's driveway, or the up there people driveway, just this corner. We'd shut the street off there from the yield sign over. We would shut off this alleyway, and we would shut off a portion of this alleyway from the telephone pole down, because those people can back out, and all the people around me would have had another exit out of their home. Anybody that comes out of these garages could have gone around the road and come out this way and gone straight up. People that come around that corner down there could have turned right and gone around the block and gotten to the same place. So really there was, no problem with traffic. All of that stuff was working out, thought it would be cool, Jumpatron for the kids, face painting, like community thing, listen to music while you munch on some hot dogs. Well, the thing I had to solve was a parking problem. Now, the parking that I was going to do was this property over here, which belongs to my neighbors here. Where this metal pole is all the way over to the street, that big square, they say that's like a 1/4 acre. And then you have this building here, and then those two buildings, and all that area right there where that truck is. That area is not being used. Now, when I asked the people across the street, 3 minutes, I must be talking fast. When I asked the people across the street about using their property for parking, they told me that the city claimed it as city easement, and that they weren't even allowed to do anything with it. They can't build on it, they can't park on it, they can't use it, even though they have to maintain it and pay taxes on it. Same thing with the people in these buildings. The city has taken the property all the way up to the edge of the buildings. So people cannot use those buildings. They don't have parking lots. They're not allowed to use their own parking lot, but yet they have to maintain that property and pay taxes on that property. So I called the city about it, and the first thing I was told about this park is, you can see the beat up driveway there, and you can see the beat up driveway down there right behind those white mailboxes. Those are the two entrances for that parking lot. I asked the city about it first. I went to planning and zoning, and the fella there, I'm not going to try to say a name because I could be wrong on his name, but he told me that it was public throughway. Public throughway. Does anybody see East Boulevard North right there? That 2-lane street that goes right here, and you make a left or right, whichever way. That's a public throughway. A parking lot? It's not used. The buildings are closed down. No one's allowed to use them for anything significant. It's not a public throughway. So I got annoyed that day, and I stopped talking to him about it. The folks across the street came over to talk to me again, and I explained to them what I was told, and it annoyed me again. So I decided to dig in further. So I dug in further, and I called back to planning and zoning and talked to this other young kid. I even went down there once to get a permit for something, and the young kid on the phone had told me that, I was asking him what were the laws that says I can't do these things. What were the laws that says that was public right of way. Told him the information and stuff like that. He comes back and says that it is public easement. I'm like, oh, I thought it was public right of way. Well, it's not so much as public right of way, it's more city easement. But it's not public right of way, it's city easement. It's for city use only, okay? So the whole question thing is, why would the city want this? Because when you see where I'm going to show you here in a second, there's no logical use for the city to claim all of this property. Even down to where that red car is. These people are not allowed to use this except to get in and out of their houses, and that's it. They're only allowed to park as far as where that red car is. Okay? All of this, all of that down there, all the way to the train tracks, the city has claimed as city easement. Well, there is only one purpose for having that much property, okay? And that would be to put in a highway, okay? Okay, 6 minutes. But you can't put in a highway here because you have 2 miles, 3 miles of residential homes. Okay, this turns here and it goes up Maple, and that goes out towards Mount Rushmore Mall and the interstate and Anamosa and that way. But you would have to wipe out 2 or 3 miles of homes in order to build a highway in here. So what other use would it serve? Okay, you can't say utilities, because even if the people owned and did what they wanted with the property, all the city had to do was say, hey, we've got utilities under your property, we got to work on them. When we get done, we'll put it back the way it was. Everything cool. So don't say utilities, all right? There is absolutely no use for the city to take over all this property. There isn't none. If, to put in a highway, that train trestle down there, it would be like $5 to $10 million to rebuild that train trestle, okay? And plus you'd have to reroute the trains that have to go over that trestle until it's rebuilt. I mean, it's just not logical, okay? It's ridiculous. So, let's just say 8 minutes, okay? So that's the main reason why I've had to cancel the first function. So no band, no jumbotron, no hot dogs, no fun for the kids, no yard sale. And then I guess I'm just too honest for my own good, because I was talking to Vivian or Lillian at City Development, and she was explaining to me of why those people in that white truck and those trucks, they get to use that parking area. They get to have a permit and use it they've been there for like a week now, but yet I can't have a permit to use it for 1 day for about 8 hours. Why? Because I'm not doing public improvement. I'm sorry, changing the reputation of the North Side isn't public improvement. What kind of drugs are you people on? So anyway, so that's why I had to cancel the big event. So I was going to try to just do a large yard sale. So stupid me said, well, that's all right. Have some stuff donated and I'll sell that in the yard sales, and try to, oh, well, no, actually you can't do that, because you can only sell what you have inside your home inside of a yard sale. And looking at the time, I'm going to stop this one here and start another one, because it's a pain in... Oh wait, no, this is going on YouTube, so I'm going to keep going. The law on yard sales in Rapid City is you can only sell what you have immediately in your house. You cannot buy stuff someplace else and sell it at your yard sale. It's illegal. You cannot have people donate stuff to your yard sale and sell it. It's illegal. And a lot of people say that, well, who's going to know? Who's going to know you're buying stuff? I'm going to know, okay? I'm sorry. God gave me a conscience, okay? I mean, I'm not no perfect angel or nothing, but I mean, if I know something is wrong, then I don't like dealing with the guilt of doing it, okay? If they say I can't sell this stuff in a yard sale, well, then I can't go out collecting stuff and selling it. I can't go out and buy it. They say it's against the law. Okay, they said canopies were against the law. I could understand putting up a temporary canopy and leaving it there, First of all, anybody that puts it up on a windy day, which we do have those here, anybody that puts it up on a windy day obviously is an idiot, okay? I mean, I guess God made idiots. What do you want to say? But, common sense says you don't put them up on a windy day, and when you put them up, you take them down at the end of the day, and if you have to use it the next day, then you put it back up again. It's a temporary canopy. They're not hard to put up and take down, but they're illegal. Not even for 4 hours. You cannot put up a canopy in the city of Rapid City for no reason, no way, no how. Now, what kind of bullcrap is that? I mean, are you serious? I don't know. I mean, I can understand them, the wind blowing them around and stuff. Well, you know what? If you let your canopy fly into somebody's house, well, then you're responsible, If you're renting the house from somebody and you put up a canopy and that canopy flies into the neighbor's car window and smashes the window, it's not the landlord's fault. It's your fault because you put the canopy up and didn't take it down when you were supposed to. I don't get it. Why should it be against the law? But anyway, that's that. That's why I'm not able to do these events. So pretty much all of it was canceled. So I said, well, then I guess my only option would be put tables out and rent the tables out and let people, well, no, you can't do that because that's considered a business. If you have a mini flea market in your yard, it's considered a business and you can't run a commercial business in residential property. I'm like, oh my God, what are you people doing to me? Literally taking every way that I can think of to make money, to get this thing started, to raise money, and it really sucks. I've said this before. I think we made some money at one time and we were getting ready to get all the permits and licenses and stuff for the special event. I'm glad we didn't waste the money on them, but we ended up having to pay like $845 for the exterior to be fixed, and we're still paying on that. And the truck didn't even get finished. I still need the exhaust on it. It needs sensor ports put on it. The front caliper needs to be done. I mean, there's just a couple minor. It can be driven like it is if you want the loud exhaust, but I don't want the loud exhaust. So anyway, my only option now is I'm trying to find somebody who will let me have a parking lot space or something. Somebody where the city can't tell them what to do with their property, which I have that feeling there's not anywhere in the city of Rapid City where they can't tell you what to do with your property. And I don't know why people would want to live in a place like that. I mean, the city that I fell in love with back in 2009 is not the city that I live in now. Really don't know what happened to Rapid City, but I don't know. Times change. So that's where it is with that. If anybody from Rapid City sees this, I mean, do y'all see the problem with this? The city taking over land that they really don't need, and they're not using it. So why not utilize it somehow? I mean, I was willing to do everything they needed me to do as far as blocking off streets, putting up road closed signs. I mean, I was going to go to Dakota Barricade, and it started out at like $85 for some of the signs and cones, but after I figured it more, it was going to end up being like probably like $150, $160 or something for everything that I was willing to do for them, just to make this happen. So I don't understand why, if I was willing to go the extra mile, while the city of Rapid City wouldn't be willing to go the extra mile to help improve a community. Because anybody knows that lives in Rapid City knows that the North Side's got a bad reputation. You know, basically, if you're not family of city officials of all types, then you're a North Sider. You know, and North Siders get treated like North Siders. You know, since I have lived on the North Side in Rapid City, I lived in New York and New Jersey area, Linden, New York, Long Island. Lived there for 16 years, and in 16 years, I believe it was like 10 times I called the police. Since I have been in Rapid City, 4.5 years, almost 5 years complete, I have had to call 15 times. Now I have to remember, is it 15 or 16? 15 or 16 times, you know, and that doesn't make sense to me. And to top it off, in the 16 years that I was in the New York and New Jersey area, okay, I drove a tractor trailer. There was 10 times as many people, 10 times as many officers, so you expected to get pulled over. It was going to happen, okay? I still only got pulled over 6 times. You know, here, since I've been in Rapid City, I've been pulled over 12 times, and 10 of those times was right here on the north side, 2 blocks from my house. You know, once I was given a warning for a taillight light that went out, and another time we were given on the Kia we were having a problem with the headlights, kept going out till it went back into the shop. What a waste of money, my opinion. We got a warning for that, but all the rest of the times never got a warning. I was pulled over simply because I live on the north side. Simple as that. Because I broke no laws. They gave me no tickets or nothing. Okay, so this is not the Rapid City that I fell in love with in 2009, when you walk down Main Street and a man comes out the door and he tips his hat and says, "Morning, young man, how are you?" I don't do that anymore. You know, I mean, people don't say hello. I mean, occasionally you'll drive through a neighborhood and you might see someone wave or something, you know, but for the most part, people aren't nice like they used to be. You know, everybody's got their own little cliques, you know. Charities work for their own charities. Churches work for their own churches. Everybody works against each other. Nobody works together. And, you know, now the town is taken over by a hospital, you know. Regional hospital, which I'll hold my statements on that. Me and my wife have had some extremely bad experiences with regional hospital. All they really did was change the name. But the problem is now their name is on everything, even in the auditorium that they're building here in Rapid City. And they even drive around in city vehicles. It says right on the side, Monument Health Employee Shuttle, and on the back of it is city license plates. So apparently they get to use city property. So anyway, there, you know, I know cities have their problems and issues and things like that, but I mean, there's just things in this town that I don't understand. There are roads that when I was here in 2009, these roads are still just as bad as they were. It doesn't look like they ever had any type of repair on it, you know. I mean, this road right here, as you can see, it's all breaking up right there. It's all cracked down through here. It's sinking over there. Instead of fixing the manhole over there where it collapsed, they just filled it in. You know, the road all the way down is all cracked up and, you know, potholed. And they fill it in here and there, you know. I mean, you go around to some of the roads on the north side and you'll find little spots here and there that, you know, kind of like, you know, that spot there and that spot there. They'll do something like that, but that's it. You know, friggin' whole road needs to be redone. You know, a lot of these roads on the north side need to be redone. I think it's Waterloo gosh, that is like one of the worst roads in the north side, and it has been that way for 10 years. You know, because I remember it being that way. The friggin' manholes stick up out of the middle of the road, and you got to try to squeeze between the manhole and the parked cars, you know. So anyway, you know, so these are things that pretty much have like put a damper on everything I've wanted to do with the Fix a Life Foundation so far, but that's all right, because I'm not going to stop. I mean, if I'm dead in the grave, then I guess y'all can give up on the Fix a Life Foundation, but as long as my heart is beating, I'll figure something out, man. It may take a while. I have to take a break, or I don't know. But right now, I'm still going forward with these tables, trying to find somebody to let me use some space. You know, I hope somebody brings some awareness to this stuff over here on East Boulevard North, because there is really no reason for the city to claim all that property. They have no logical reason for claiming it. And, you know, and other than that, you know, if y'all know of anybody that would, you know, give me a holler about some space, then give me a holler. Reach me here. Again, about this video here, you know, don't ask any questions on the Fix a Life channel. I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, the Fix a Life Foundation has nothing to do with this, not involved with this, has no opinions, questions, answers, or anything will be done on that channel or that page. Just ask them right here, right on this one. This will probably be on the Highway Johnny YouTube, and then it'll be on my Highway Johnny Facebook too. I'm going to try to do whatever I can to keep it off to Fix a Life. I'm not trying to, I don't know, screw it. I guess, you know, I done started making ripples, so, you know, if they turn into waves, hopefully I can float. So, anyway, with that said, that's about it. You know, stick your neck out for things that you don't think are right, because, you know, sometimes things are happening that shouldn't be happening. And if you ask me, the people own those buildings and they can't even do anything with them, but yet they have to maintain them and pay taxes on them. That's not right. So, till next time, peace.